Hi, this is Gary again. I just wanted to talk about the documentary Jesus Camp. We go into all these discussions here on YouTube about, God, no God, is abortion killing a living human being, this, that, and the other thing. And I personally think there is no interventionist God. But there are a lot of people who do believe that, and they think that they can communicate with God. They think that they're speaking in tongues when they give up all this gobbledygook in the middle of their passion and endorphin rush in their chanting and so forth. And it's very interesting. I think it's fascinating stuff. I think it's well worth studying. There should be a college degree handed out in the observation of the methods and teachings of evangelical Christianity in this country. It's very clever, very brilliant the way they do it. And they understand exactly where the future lies. It lies with the children, and as many of them as can be had as possible. They view the children as empty vessels to be filled with the Holy Spirit. In other words, all of the things that they believe and think. They are planting the seeds in the children to resist any sort of education that goes against their beliefs and their thoughts and their intellectual development as evangelical Christians. Now, it's very fascinating to watch. I couldn't get enough of it. I'm going to have to run through it again to get everything out of it that I can. But we see these young people, boys and girls, just on fire. I mean, their eyes lit up with enthusiasm, passion, focus, interest, in a way that can't be done in a classroom at school. I mean, I remember what high school was like. Believe me, I didn't see anything like that. I don't know if you all did. Maybe you all did. Maybe you all go to different schools than I ever did. But it was a horrifying experience. Don't even want to remember it, and think about it sometimes, and wonder how could we. And I wondered, in watching Jesus Camp, how can we turn on the same kind of enthusiasm for learning accumulating evidence and making rational decisions as these people do, in going on this endorphin adrenaline rush. Evangelical shout to the high heavens, and really having a good time doing it. They're actually enjoying themselves. Now, it's very controlled, and of course, the one thing about documentaries, they are all edited and tend to back up the agenda of the documentarian. But I think when you do watch it, think about it a little bit, and think about yourselves as atheists or not necessarily believers, say agnostics, whatever you want to call yourselves, rationalists, shall we say, and ask yourself if you can get up the same kind of enthusiasm, because I don't think you can. For one thing, you have to be with other people and feed off each other's emotions in order for that to happen. And that's not something that I want to do. I was never a good club member. I always tended to resist authority in some way or other. And even when I was in the military, I'm not saying that I was a real rebel or anything like that. I was always too fearful to do that. But I always had a big problem with Order of the Sword dinners and different other ceremonies and things of that nature, people jumping up and yelling air power, and all that kind of thing. Something troubled me about that, and something troubles me about Jesus Camp too. But again, and I'll repeat this again, I know I've said it quite often, it's just truly amazing the shine in the eyes and the face of the children as they go through their exercises. And one young boy preaches a sermon that talks about that we are the key generation to carry forth the message of Jesus Christ, which will come in our time. That Jesus will come in our time. And when you see him saying that to people and going through the gesticulations and what I like to call the Jesus dance of belief to as part of the transmission of the message to those that are listening to him, it's to me worth. It's not something you can ignore. I hope you're not ignoring it. Don't laugh at it too much, because there's about 25% of the population that probably believes this. And, well, and then they came for me.